Welcome to our channel. Lots of summaries of interesting films. Keep it updated. Press subscribe and turn on notifications. To support us, you can like and share our videos.
Joel Dawson tells the story of what occurred to Earth at the start of the movie. Agatha 16, a meteor that was heading straight for the globe 7 years ago, was shot down by rockets by the nations, preventing a catastrophic catastrophe. Unfortunately, this caused chemical substances to rain down on Earth's inhabitants, changing little creatures like slugs, crabs, and insects into enormous monsters. 95% of the human population will be gone in a year. Since then, Joel has been residing in a bunker colony with other survivors. Joel is the only member of his colony without a significant other. His main contribution to them is making minestrone and doing occasional handiwork because he has a problem with freezing around monsters. He normally needs to watch everyone around him have sex. He typically sketches the people he has seen and keeps a survival manual. He eventually connects with his former high school flame Amy over the radio one afternoon. Only 85 miles from Joel's location, she is staying with another colony of survivors at Jenner Beach. Their communication is abruptly broken as an ant monster intrudes on the colony. Joel wants to show the others that he can compete with them. Joel, who is armed with a crossbow, goes outside against everyone's orders and discovers one of his friends being eaten by an ant. Joel freezes when the monster approaches so that the ant can be shot with an arrow and later beheaded. The first day of the monster apocalypse is seen in a flashback. Joel and Amy were in her automobile, perched on a hill overlooking the town. He created a drawing of her but says it's awful. They begin to make out when they hear sirens and witness the launch of the rockets. They then return to their loved ones. Joel makes the decision to venture out on his own to look for Amy, but the other colonists advise against it because it would be highly risky and he would be woefully unprepared for what he would encounter. Joel requests permission to go with any weapons he can carry after explaining that he does not want to experience the end of the world alone. He stumbles upon a frog creature in a pond not long into his adventure. A stray dog steps in to save Joel by biting the frog's tongue when it tries to eat him. He continues to follow the dog inside a bus, where he learns that it is named Boy. When Joel touches a red dress that belonged to his prior owner, he becomes hostile. Boy and Joel spend the night in the bus. Boy wants to follow Joel when he tries to leave on his own in the morning. Joel agrees to it and discovers that Boy makes a great friend. Even Joel is prevented from eating toxic berries by him. Joel stumbles into a worm monster nest while out on foot. Clyde and Minnow, two survivors, discover him. They assist in getting him out while using a kitchener and a grenade to eliminate the beasts. The two reprimand Joel for going into the field with the limited knowledge he possesses, but they also invite him and Boy to join them on their expedition to the mountains, where it is too cold for monsters to survive. Joel learns a few tips from Clyde and Minnow on how to cope with monsters, including how to recognize some of them. They also give him advice on how to fire his crossbow more accurately. They encounter a monster they refer to as boulder snails while traveling. In order for the beast to flee with his fragrance and frighten the other monsters away from them, Clyde makes Joel take off his shirt. Some monsters are nice, but you can usually tell by glancing at their eyes, he and Minnow point out. They also don't take many breaks because they worry that the monsters will steal their food before they can get to it. After he tells them he is going to find Amy, they encourage him to not settle, even at the end of the world. Joel determines he must separate from Clyde and Minnow when they are at their most distant moments. The young child is disappointed since she had become fond of Joel, but he surprises her with a lipstick tube as a memento, which she adores and is grateful for. Before they split, Clyde also gives him some words of inspiration. Boy is nearly devoured by a giant centipede creature while Joel continues to work with him. Joel thaws out once more but recalls that he did so while with his parents on the day of the apocalypse. He watched as a monster crushed them since he was powerless to save them. To save Boy, he musters up the bravery to shoot the monster twice, killing it both times. When Joel and Boy are in need of refuge, they locate a robot named Marv-1S inside an abandoned car. Marv-1S was once some sort of companion until all of them went down, including one back at Joel's colony. This Marv-1S turns on, however it only has a little battery life remaining. She is able to connect Joel with Amy using her radio, and he learns that he is only 9 or 10 miles away from her location. Amy informs Joel that a yacht captain and his crew have arrived to when the radio is turned off. Marv-1S displays a light show and even plays a video of Joel's mother encouraging him, bringing Joel to tears. Marv-1S's battery soon runs out completely, and Joel buries the robot. The following day, when Joel and Boy move on, Boy dives into the river after seeing his owner's dress sink. This draws a queen sand gobbler's attention, a dangerous beast. By precisely timing a grenade toss and launching it into the creature's mouth, Joel is able to kill it. However, he scolds Boy for nearly killing them, which prompts the little dog to flee from Joel. He then discovers that he has been bitten by countless leeches, and the venom is causing him to have hallucinations. He is able to locate the fern that Clyde claimed has antivenom properties. Then, it seems as though he sees Amy and a couple of her fellow survivors coming toward him. He gives her a kiss before dozing out. Joel discovers that he actually kissed an older male survivor instead of Amy when he awakens in her bunker. Cap, the captain of the yacht crew that has reportedly arrived to transport the colony to a more secure site, is introduced to him by her. Joel enjoys a quiet moment with Amy after he notices the arrangement on the beach. She informs him that while she is thrilled to see him and happy that he is still alive, she has moved on and even had a connection with another survivor who passed away the year before. Joel is sympathetic but inconsolable. Joel advises that the survivors try to adapt to the surface based on what he has learned as Cap calls the survivors together to discuss his plan to gather everyone to another spot. The yacht plan is picked by the others. He then makes his way to his colony to inform them that he arrived safely. Hearing Joel's voice and learning that he truly succeeded in killing a monster fills everyone with joy and excitement. Then a platter of berries is handed to him, which he knows as the ones Boy had been trying to keep him away from. Joel understands Cap is not who he seems to be. Joel is knocked unconscious by Donner, Cap's goon, as he rushes to warn Amy. Joel awakens bound to Amy. Cap discloses his true motivations, claiming that he, Donner, and Rocco, a third member, have been visiting other colonies and plundering their resources using a gigantic crab monster that Cap is in charge of using electricity, and that pulls the boat. Joel is able to free himself as Cap sends the crab after the survivors as they take everything they can and see Boys come back. While they fight with the crab and the other bad guys, he sends Boy to assist Amy. When Joel stares into the crab's eyes, he realizes that it is one of the kinder monsters, despite the fact that it is grabbing Joel. In order to rescue the crab, he fires at the electrical cable. The crab then makes its way to the boat where it feasts on Donner, Rocco, and ultimately Cap and what's left of his yacht. Joel decides to leave his colony because he knows there is nowhere for him to go there. Amy and he have one last passionate kiss before parting ways. Amy tells Joel she will go find him after it seems to rekindle their romance. He leaves her with his monster survival manual and returns to the colony with Boy, where he is greeted with open arms. Now that he has a greater grasp of the species around him, Joel takes his colony to the surface. He uses the radio to send out a message to the other survivors, urging them to surface and, if necessary, to engage in combat. Joel receives the message from Clyde and Minnow, who both made it up the mountain, and they wish him luck despite their belief that he will most likely be eaten by snow spiders.